Hello friends, welcome to my channel Nidhi Bhasin Mathematics Classes. Till now, I had been talking about operation of numbers or rules of numbers. I am taking another field of study of mathematics today, that is algebra. So in this video, my topics are algebra introduction, idea of a variable, expressions with variable, rules from arithmetic to algebra, as algebra is a extension of arithmetic. So let's get started. Algebra introduction. First I am taking arithmetic. What was arithmetic? Our study has been with numbers, properties of numbers, operation of numbers. Till now we had been doing and we were taking in consideration only numbers. We were not taking in consideration symbols. This branch of mathematics in which we studied numbers is called arithmetic. Now from arithmetic, how we have moved to algebra and what is the difference? Now we begin the study of another branch of mathematics. It is called algebra. Main feature of the new branch which we are going to study is the use of letters. Here I am going to talk about letters like A, B, C, X, Y, Z. These are unknown quantities. These are taken in a generalized form. Here we were taking particular numbers, but in algebra we are taking it in these letters we are taking in a generalized form, not in a particular form. Main feature of the new branch which we are going to study is the use of letters. Letters of English alphabet like A, B, C, X, Y, Z, L, M, N. Now my study will be regarding the letters, not the numbers. Letters can be mixed with numbers, but letters will be always there in algebra. And in algebra, they have been given a special name also. I will take these letters stand for unknown quantity. For any quantity which I am not known about can be named as with use of letters. Letters will always allow us to write rules and formulas in a generalized way. Now, we all eat breakfast in the morning. So that is the same with everybody. But the time is variable because somebody can take breakfast at 8, somebody is taking breakfast at 10. So breakfast is fixed, but what we are taking at a different time. So that is a variable. Letters will allow us to write rules and formulas in a generalized way. Since letters stand for numbers, now here I am going to use letters in place of numbers because I am taking them in a generalized way. So operations can be performed on them as numbers. What were the operations we were taking on numbers? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Now these letters help us to develop one another tool which help us to perform activities and perform puzzles, and we can find the unknown quantities of anything because they have developed one tool for knowing the unknowns. So algebra is basically a tool for finding the unknown quantity, and we use letters in them, and these letters have been given special name in algebra. They are known as literals or variables. I am taking that in the lecture further. Now I am taking literals or variables in algebra. They can either be known as literals or variables. Both have the same meaning. Its value is not fixed. Value of variable means it is varying. Like number like 5, 10, they are fixed. But if I am taking any number as x, that means its value is not fixed. It can take any value 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Any value out of these it can take. Variables means something that can vary. That means it can be x can be taken as 1, x can be taken as 2. It is not fixed. When we were talking about arithmetic, numbers were fixed, like 4 plus 2. Here x plus 2 means x can have any value. So variable is a number which does not have fixed value. For example, 5 and 10 have fixed value, but variables does not have fixed value. Variables will be taken in the form of English alphabets or letters of English alphabet, that is A, B, C, X, Y, Z, LMN. Any of those letters we can take as variable. Any unknown quantity can be named as A, B, C or X, Y, Z. So in this we will take numbers along with letters of English alphabet which have been given special name. Either you can call them as literals or variables. There are certain rules which we have borrowed from arithmetic for variables. In addition of numbers, we were having commutativity of addition of numbers. Now we have commutativity of addition of variables. What does it mean? Like in numbers, 1 plus 2 is equal to 2 plus 1. Same way in variables, A plus B is equal to B plus A. That means interchanging of their places does not affect their addition. Then commutativity of multiplication of numbers. Like I was doing 2 into 3 is equal to 3 into 2. Both will give the same answer as 6. Same way, because they variables we are using in place of numbers. They are basically numbers only, but the values are not fixed. That's why we have used letters here. So A into B is also equal to B into A. Third rule is distributivity of multiplication over addition of variables. Like you were doing that these two numbers are getting added and the third number is getting multiplied. So how were you doing it? You were multiplying the number outside with the first one and then the number outside with the second one. Same way, A will be multiplied with B first plus, because the operation here is addition, plus A into C. Arithmetic is giving us all the basics for algebra. Algebra is extension of arithmetic only, because here in place of numbers we are using letters, but these letters are basically numbers only. And why we are taking X, Y, Z? Because their values are not fixed. They are unknown quantities and we are taking them in a generalized way. Now I am taking how the mathematical operations are there in algebra on variables and numbers. I told you in algebra we take into consideration variables and numbers both. For addition, if I have a statement sum of a variable x and a fixed number 5, then how I will write? I will write it as variable x plus 5. Sum means plus, variable means variable is x and the number is 5. So variable x plus 5. Next I am taking y more than x. More than indicates addition. Y more than x is written as x plus y. Y more than x. Now subtraction on variables and number. This is the second mathematical operation. 5 less than a variable. That means 5 less than a variable. So variable is a bigger number, 5 is smaller, and variable is x. So I will write it as x minus 5. Next is y less than x is y is less than x. So y will come as a second number, x will come as a first number because y less than x. That means greater number is x and I am subtracting y from it. For multiplication, third operation is multiplication. 4 times x. 4 times x means I am multiplying 4 with x. How I am going to write it? 4x. Second is the product of x and y is, I can write it as x dot y or xy. Dot we can omit also. That means the same. Third part, for any literals or variables a, b, c, I have already taken rules from arithmetic. It is same as that. Number multiplied with 0 or 0 multiplied with number is 0. Same way. Variable multiplied with 0 or 0 multiplied with variable is 0. Any number multiplied with 0 or any variable multiplied with 0 gives us 0. Any number multiplied with 1 or any variable multiplied with 1 will give the same variable or same number. So a into 1 is equal to 1 into a is equal to a. Third is a into b is equal to b into a. Interchange of their places does not affect multiplication. Now this is distributive property over addition. A into b plus c can be written as a into b plus a into c. Outside number will first multiply with the first number, then outside number will multiply with the second number in the bracket. For division, if I have been given a statement x divided by y, x divided by y means x will be my numerator, y will be my denominator. So x upon y. X divided by 7 is x divided x upon 7. X was divided by 7. Whatever is by, that will become our denominator. 30 divided by x is 30 upon x. So 30 will be my numerator and x will be my denominator. Now since we are talking about variables here, we should know if the variable is multiplied with the same variable, how we are going to take that in multiplication. So I am taking power of variables for that. Power of a variable. X into x. Now you can see x has been multiplied with x. How many times x is existing for multiplication? 2 times. So x into x is x squared. X will remain as base. Number of times will become its exponent or power, called as x squared. Now x into x into x is x raised to power 3. That means x has been multiplied 3 times. The number which has been multiplied will remain as base. The number of times it is multiplied will become its power. We call it as x cube. Why I am taking all this? Because here we are talking about variables. If the same number variable is multiplied 2 times or 3 times or 5 times and 7 times, how you should know about it? How you should write about them? That's why I am taking this. Y into y into y into y into y into y into y. So how many times y has come? 7 times. Same variable has been multiplied 7 times. Variable will become my base. Number of times it has been multiplied will become my power or exponent. Instead of writing x raised to power 1, we write it as x only. When we are having x only, that means its power is 1. We don't write that power again and again. It is understood when x raised to power 1 is there, then we can write it as x only. In x raised to power 5, we call x as base and 5 as exponent. X will be my base and 5 will be my exponent. taking writing expressions using numbers, variables and signs of basic operations. Now I am going to write algebraic expressions in which I have numbers, I have variables and I have sign of operations which I have taken just now. Now first part is 3 more than x. That means 3 more than x means I need to go ahead from x 3 steps. That means I have to add 3 to it. Understood? So x is my variable. I am adding 3 to it. Next is y less than 6. That means then means 6 is greater than y, and when I have to subtract, less than means subtract. So greater number minus smaller number. So greater number is 6, less means subtraction and y. Can you see that? We can't evaluate it. We cannot find its value. But if I would have been having number here 1 plus 3 or 6 minus 3, I could solve it. But here I can't solve it unless I have a value for x or I have a value for y. So algebraic expressions can be evaluated only if the values for variables are given. These are otherwise in the generalized form. 1/3 of sum of x and y. Sum of x and y first I will take. Sum of x and y means x plus y. 1/3 of means multiply. 1/3 multiply means outside the bracket 1/3 will come and inside the bracket x plus y. Sum of x and y will come. 7 taken away from the sum of x and y. From means first I need to write the sum of x and y. What is the sum? X plus y. So I am writing this in the bracket, and 7 taken away means I need to subtract 7. 7 taken away means 7 has been withdrawn. Withdrawn means subtracted from the sum of x and y. Now I had told you power of variables. So can you tell me how to write this in exponential form? Now can you see how many x are there? 1, 2, 3 x are there. So I will write number will remain number only. X will be raised to power 3. And how many times y I have? 2 times. So y will be my base and number of times will be my power. X will be my base and number of times it is multiplied will be my power. If I have been given this in exponential form and if I have to write this in the product form, how I will write? Since A is multiplying 2 times and B is multiplying 7 times. So I will write A into A into B into B into B into B. So how many times I have? A, 1 and 2 because 2 was the power of A. Now 7 was the power of B, so how many times I have written? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are the ways of writing the number in exponential form or in the product form. Now N9, B has been written 3 times because B power is 3 into C. So this way we have moved from arithmetic to algebra using variables. All the mathematical operations we are doing in the same way by taking variables here. Understood? And I have introduced power of variables. So this way you can write this in exponential form, and if exponential form is given, then you can write it in product form. Thank you for your support. For more such videos, please like, share and subscribe my channel, Nidhi Bhasin Mathematics Classes. Keep sharing, keep learning. Thank you.